grabs his phone. Rachel breathes out while Anthony types on his phone. Your Fitbit is synced on my computer. You really need to slow down on round 3 and 4. She taps her finger on her desk. Privacy? Anthony points at her. Confidential? Rachel doesn't answer. She just rolls her eyes. One of these days, your dick is going to fall off. He gasps in fear when she says that, cupping himself. And Tinder is going to crash. He slaps his hand down on the table. Don't you fuck with my Tinder app again. Again? I ask, grabbing my own chair and sitting down. Should I even ask? No, Anthony yells, looking at her. What? She was cute, Rachel counters. She was a fucking dude. He raises his voice and then looks at me. We didn't do anything. That isn't what she says, shaking her head. Sorry, his messages said the next day. I'm changing all my passwords. He grabs his donut and takes a bite, while Rachel laughs. Is this where the party is at? Dominic asks when he walks in. He's the oldest of the bunch, in his late 30s. Dominic has been with us for a little over 3 years. We needed extra men when the Secret Service contacted us about the president staying down here for a week. He stands 6'6" and is lean. So lean his body fat is probably 0. His black hair is buzzed on the sides and longer on the top, but he styles it to the side. Who brought the donuts? Brian asks right behind him, walking to an empty chair. Brian is smaller than the 3 of us. He and Dante both stand at 6'2". Why are you dressed like you're going to the beach? Anthony asks Brian. Because I am going to the fucking beach, he says, glaring at Rachel from the side. Fucking Kardashian is going to Turks and... Not Kardashian, Rachel says. Jenner. Does it matter? He says, and I look at his outfit. He's wearing beige khakis with a white short-sleeved polo. Well, at least you won't need sunscreen, Dominic says. When we all look at him in question, he replies, He's Asian. And? Rachel says, looking up from her keyboard. Well, they don't sunburn. Have you ever seen an Asian man with a sunburn? No, Brian says, because we wear fucking sunscreen. He shakes his head. Dumbass. Where is Dante? I ask, looking at my watch. It's almost 9 when everyone is supposed to be in for the Friday morning meetings. He just pulled up, Rachel says, flicking one of the screens to the front door where we watch Dante's 6'2" frame ducking a bit when he walks in the door. His black hair perfectly coiffed and cut short on the sides and long on the top. His green eyes covered by his aviator sunglasses. He doesn't bother going any farther into the house and comes right down the steps. Right on time, he says, smiling and showing off his perfect teeth. He's our pretty boy, as we call him. You're 10 seconds late, Rachel says, eyeing him and looking at the screen. I stepped into the door at 8:59 and 47 seconds, he says, and I watch Rachel. I beg to differ, she says. I can pull up photo evidence if you'd like. Okay, you two, I say. Let's get on with the show. I pick up the pile of yellow folders. Looks like we have the quietest weekend ever, or next couple of weekends for that matter. Except for me, Brian says, glaring, and everyone else is laughing. We have 3 state senators coming next week to play a round of golf. I look at them. Anthony, Dante, and I will cover that. Brian, you have another celebrity coming to town, I say, and he groans. It's a guy. He's coming here for a 3-day vacation. Chances are he won't need you, but you're on call just in case. Dante, you are in the office next week, I tell him, and he just nods his head. Next month is huge. We have the biggest music festival coming to town. This time, everyone groans. Great 21-year-olds vomiting everywhere, Dante says. So glamorous. Remember when that girl threw up in your new Gucci shoes? Anthony laughs, pointing at Dante. I thought you were going to cry. We all laugh as he gives us the finger. I had those shoes for 3 days, he says. 3. Well, next time go with Adidas or Nike, Rachel says, shrugging her shoulder. Okay, I think that is all. I want everyone to study the golf course just in case we need to swap in. Also, I want you to go over the layout of the music festival, I tell them. Let's reconvene in 2 hours, I say, looking at the time. Rachel, you can get lunch in since it will most likely be an all-afternoon thing. She nods her head. I'm ordering from Marcos, so everyone get their orders to me, or I will order what I think you should eat.